Hello, my name is Paul and today we will learn how to create a professional portfolio. So if you are a designer, developer, makers, you need a portfolio to get some new customers, collect emails or just show your works. So let's switch to CAD and we will discover how to create a professional portfolio without code. So let's go. So first we will see the result and what we want to do. So start by a header here, by my name. Here the navbar. Here a hero section to welcome visitors. Put in front my Twitch, YouTube and Twitter account. And then a small text to introduce myself. I don't want to add the pictures, but you can after. I will show you how to do. Me, I just add a small video of 25 or 15 seconds just to welcome visitors and say what people discover on my website. So then there is my project. So here with title and description and just a link to go to the website of my startups, and here a preview. We will learn how to do without Photoshop or without complicated tools how to create this preview. I will show you. So then there is all my travels. I had a section with my travels. If you are a designer or if you have some skill to show, maybe you can convert this section travels by your skills. For example, if you are a developer or you know Webflow, CAD, you can say which skills you know. And then here a section of my past experiences. So here I had 3 experiences and I do freelancing too. So I add a block and people who want to work with me can contact me directly here. People who already know a little bit about CAD, they can see it's a complicated section and I will say to you how to create this type of container. And at the end of my portfolio, there is this section, stay with me, just to add the last call to action and convert people from my portfolio to Twitter. And if one day my YouTube channel works, maybe convert to YouTube. We will see. So let's get started and we switch to CAD. So here we are. I just log in. Okay. Let's click on New Site. And then you can start from scratch here, or choose a template profile. If you want a template and you like a template here, you can start from a template. So we want to start from scratch. We click on top of the right. Here there is some tutorial explication about each tools. So we switch, and then I delete this, and here we go. I just move this here, delete this text, and let's go. So first we will manage our background. We want a white background here. You can tap the code directly or manage here in the square. And you can manage, okay, like this. I click, colors, perfect. For the background it's okay. And here for the page, we manage directly the main settings. So for the style we want something by default. The position on the top. And the width at 50%. We don't want vertical padding, so 0, but horizontal we want 3. And the size is the base size of our all elements, so 18 is great. You can check every option you have, but for us it's great like this. So I click done, and let's add our first container. You click on the plus on the top right and add container. Here we want 2 columns and the first one, so the left one at 1/3, okay, and the rest at 67. Perfect. The alignment is left for my name and right for the menu. Good. So we add our first text here, my name. If you want to add a logo, you can add an image, for example. In this example, I just want to add my name. the size is 2 and the weight is bold, or 1.5. 1.5. Better. Good. Here we add our menu, so it's button. I add my first button. It's startups, and we will see the navigation at the end to navigate between each section. So great, first button is good. Then experiences, and a last button is a call to action to redirect to my Twitter account. So like this. And for this button, it's a specific color. It's in blue, and the other one are in gray. So for this one, we don't go in the main color, we just stay on this button and click on background. Here I had the color of Twitter with 1BA1F2, great. And when we over, I take the same one, so I copy and paste here, and a little bit darker, like this. Good. And for the label, white it's white. Great. So for general button, now we switch and we go there. So we want something solid, label only. So when you add the button, you can add some icon, as we just want the text. Here the background is in gray, so gray like this. And when we over, a gray little bit darker, more darker. So good. And for the label in black. Our buttons are a little bit too big, so we will reduce the size of the font to 0.875. Great. And the weight go to regular. Good. Then what we want is to round it the corner, so here to 375. That's great. And we can drag and drop into our second column, the right column of our header. So here, maybe our buttons are a little bit too big, so we will reduce the size to 2. Great. For this link, because it's an external link, I will add now for the Twitter one. So here, https twitter.com/trsfr. Great. Our header is now finished, just for the design, and we will see at the end of the video how to add the navigation between each section. So then, we want our hero section here with our title and social account links and our video. So let's start. We add a new container here with 2 columns again, 50% and 50%. Our text is aligned on the left and our video is center. So we add our text. So I want to say hello, I'm Paul Christmas. Good. And the size go to 2.5. We keep in black, pure black, so 0, 0, 0, 0. And yep, good. I want hello and go back to the line, so you can directly go back inside the text area. Good. Now I just check if there is a space here. Great. We can add our about text. So I want to say, okay. So this text area works with markdown like, so you can add ** your text and ***, and you have in bold. So all the list is here. So I want my year of year here in bold. And I reduce directly the weight Okay, and the size directly, so 0.75 is better. So I switch again in my text area. So I add the year in bold, Normandy in bold, and I want the end bold and in bold. Well, for the word maker, I want highlight it like this, but I don't want in gray. So we switch directly inside the appearance. So we don't want to keep a pure black for the text. I want gray, so I add a black and I put transparency. B8 at the end. Yeah, it's good like this. And for the highlight, I want the text in black. B8 for the transparency. You can manage the transparency here in this bar, and then the highlight color in yellow. Great. This text in my left columns of my hero section. I had here, and here we are. Beautiful. So I say it's a paragraph, so I click, it's not the seed titles, it's not the main heading. This is a paragraph. Yeah. And here, this is the main heading. And in my header, this is the seed title. Well, now we will add the social links. So I click on icons, and I want the Twitter icon. So Twitter, sorry, yep. So twitter.com/JSL. Yeah, well, for the color of this button, I want with the color of Twitter. So then I want the YouTube, and finally the Twitch icons. Great. Now we want to add so the solid background. So we click on Style, Solid, and for the background we have to go directly one by one. It's not general style, and click there. So I want the same color but in transparency. So I copy and paste this color of Twitter, and I passed in the background, and I can manage the transparency here. So 1/3 of transparency is great. Good. And I do the same for YouTube, and again for Twitch. Great. Now we can manage the appearance of all the icons directly here. So square is great, rounding corner is great like this. So 375. I just want to manage the size to 1. And now I'm finished, and I drag and drop between my main title and my text here. Good. What we want now is to add the video, where I say welcome to the visitor. So I click on plus, video. I have the choice to upload a video or end from YouTube, Vimeo or Twitch. Here I want to upload it, so I click on upload. Take this one. It's loading. Well, it's done. I drag and drop my video. Great, it's too big, so I reduce the size in appearance. And from 20, I go to 10. Good. I just want to add a shadow border. So I go in the container option, I go in appearance, and then I go to the bottom, drop shadow, and I add a black. I add 35 at the end for the transparency. Like this is good. I want rounded corner. So here, like this is good. So 375. Great. So like this, it's good. And now I want this shape in blue. So how to do this? We go in the background, and I add a gradient. Background, and I want a gradient. So we don't want something smooth, we want something straight. So I have to select my first color, white, and my second color, blue like this, is great. So I go from 60% until 60%. And I check the angle from 45 to 135. Yep, perfect. So like this, you have this type of shape. Good. Now we can switch to the project section. So I have to add my titles. I add the titles. I add an emoji. So here, startups. I align on the left. Alignment, left. Great. Here there is not enough space, so I go on this section and add some margin in the bottom. So it's there, and I can add 2 or 3. 3 is great. Perfect. Now I add a new container to present my first project. Just take off the gradient. So here, I want something blue. 35 transparency. And here, something more blue. 35 transparency. So it's from something smooth and gradient. I want from 0 to 100. And with 40 degrees. Something more intense. So or 50. 50 is great. Yep, it's better. Good. So here I want 2 columns. So 50% each. And from the left columns, I want to align on the left. Great. Then I add the title of my project. So here, I drag and drop inside my columns. And I add the title. Good. Here I add a new text for the description. So, and I manage the size to 0.875 and the weight to regular. I don't want a pure black, I want something more gray, so I reduce the transparency to 50. No, it's too much. B8, it's great. So like this is good, maybe a little bit bigger for the title, so I put 2. And here for this title, I add 2 again. Well, now I want to add a button to redirect to the website of the project. So I add button, I drag and drop here under my text, and discover Makepass. I add the URL, so makepass.co, and I want something bigger, so I go in the appearance. I want a pure white with transparency, so 50 is great. Or maybe it's too much. B8. No, like this. It's good. When I hover, I want something more white, like this, great. The label, so the text inside the button in black, it's good. And I want something to 2.5 of big. And for the text, I want to go to 1. So maybe 3. Yeah, it's better. It's too white, so I reduce the transparency. Here to here. Yep, perfect. So now we have our title, description of the project, a link to go to the project. We have to add this preview. It's a screen of MacBook Pro, so I show you how to do. you have to go on Shot Snap here. It's a free. There is a free version. So you go on this website and you add an object. So here a laptop. Then you reduce the size of the canvas to 600 pixels, and here 300. Here you move. And I want something like this. Then you click here to add your image, and you add a screenshot you have done from your website. Here there is a gray section, it's not a problem, you just have to move the screen until the border. So like this, it's good. I have to take off the blue background, so you can put the color you want, but reduce to 0 for the transparency. So well, like this is good. I preview and download. So here, PNG for better quality. It's more heavy, but for the quality we take PNG and transparency. And here for the scale, to manage a Retina screen, we have to add 2 times bigger. I take off the watermark here, and I can download it. Good. So I go back to card, and I add an image. I drag and drop inside the right columns of the project section. I click on upload, and I take just what I've done in ShotSnap. Here. Perfect. And you accept. Then you can add the alt text is for SEO, and people for accessibility, you need to add an alternate text. So here you can add a link and options to optimize, but keep checked. To have this result, to go in the corner, you need to take the width until full. And now you have the good result. So now to add a new project, you just have to select the container and duplicate it. So if you want to keep the same color, you can keep like this, and we will manage the color to change it, and you can change your image just by clicking here and upload a new one. So I will accelerate the video, and we will see just that. So here we are. Now we have all our projects added. And then we can add a new section with travels. So I can add a new title or duplicate this one. So I duplicate and I drag and drop in the bottom of my project. I add my travels. Oops. And I want a small emoji of the earth. Well, travels. I add a new section here, container. I drag and drop here, and I delete the background. So I go in background, none. I delete the drop shadow. And then I want 3 columns. So columns, add. Good. I add some border. So really this in gray. Not in the top, in the side, not in the bottom. So just in the, not on the side but in gutters. Yeah, done. Well. And now I add new text here. And I say Europe. I align on the center, so and I reduce the size to 1, like this. The bold, I put semi-bold. Alignment center, and I add the flag I want. So I do the line here, and then when I have these 3 columns, I can duplicate this container. So I click here, duplicate, and then I can change this one by Africa, and then just as a joke, but I don't know if it's me. Here, mode, this one, and I do it. Perfect. Here I want to reduce the size between each container because I don't want space like this. So I click on the container and reduce the margin in the bottom until 0. I add 2 margin, but to reduce the padding. The vertical padding until 0, and here the same. I add 0 and 2 margin, 3 margin, yeah. Great. So now our travels section are done. We have to add our past experiences. So we just have to duplicate this title. For this section, as you can see, it's the same than travels, so I just have to duplicate. And for the text, it looks like the same as this one. So we will duplicate this text and this section. Like this, we save our time. So I can duplicate this section because it looks like the same. Add here. I delete this. I delete this text, and I delete this text. Then the text here looks like the same from the top, so I can go to the top, take it, and drag and drop. Now I want to add the freelancing section here, and just to put a call to action to attract some new customer. So I add a new section here, I drag and drop. I want rounded corner, drop shadow. I don't want borders, so I delete it. And I want 2 columns. So I go in container, columns. So now I want this text, drag and drop the left section, and I want to say I do some freelancing. To do this style of 2 colors in one section, we use the same techniques than this container. So we will add a gradient here, background, gradient. We choose 2 colors, so one white, and the second in green. Good. And then to have these 2 sections, I want to put in 50% here and 50% here. And then I put the angle to 80%, 80 degrees. So good. I want padding here in my container. So vertical 2. And I add the icon of email. Like this, people can contact me. And me, I want customers from Twitter, so I add my Twitter, and people can DM me. But you can add your email by doing mail to dot your email at domain.com. Here I manage the colors, icons in white. I want to align in the center. Great. Well, Now we arrive at the end of the video, and so we will add this last section to convert visitor to followers. So I add my last title. Good. And finally, I add this container here. And for the color, because I want to convert to Twitter, I add the color of Twitter. It's one UK2 and some transparency. I reduce the opacity. Great, and I want two columns, one for the pictures and one for the text. So 1/3 here and 2/3 for the right columns. Here it's center, and for the right column it's on the left. Great. So as you can see, there is a small bird who turned here. I will show you where I get this, and you can use too. So you go on Poly of Google and you tap blue bird. I take this one and I can animate it, so it's loading. I can animate it by creating a GIF. So here in square, like this, and I want speed by 4. And I download it. Well, now I go back to card. I add my image of my bluebird, here image, and I drag and drop in the left section. Then I upload my bluebird. Good. And I can add a link to my images. So, great. Now I want round in circle, and I add a text. I reduce the size to 1, 1.5, 1. Great. I duplicate it and say go to regular. I invite you to follow me on Twitter, and I reduce the opacity of the color until PA. So now we add our CTA, so call to action, to convert from visitor to followers. I add the buttons. Yeah. Great. So I add the color of Twitter here. I want a pure white with no transparency. So the color of Twitter here. And I want the icon of Twitter, so I check here, solid, label, and icon. And I choose here in my button icon, and I select Twitter. Great. We have all the design of our website. So now I want to add the navigation. So I add a section here, control, and I want scroll point. So here, it's startups or projects, done, and another scroll point here. So I click plus, control, and I want a scroll point, and click on experiences. Done. Just at the top of the title. Now what I want is add the link. So I click here, and here I tip the key here and put startups. And again here. Now our website is finished and we can publish online. So you click here, you add a title, so video. And then to publish your website, there is 4 options. So one, to publish with the extension of card.co. It's free, that's a good point, but you have card.co. The second one is custom domain. In the next video, I will show you how to push your website in your own domain. And then if you start to do a lot of websites, you can save them like a template. And if you work on a website and you don't want to publish it and keep in the draft, you just have to select this option. So we will push with the extension of card.co for the moment. So all GRSL. Great. You can, when you publish your website, add a media. It's the share image. So when you share on Twitter or Facebook, or when you add a link, this is the picture people see when you publish the link. And here, this is the icon you see there or there. You just have to upload an image. So it's pretty easy. So now I publish.
Thank you very much for watching. If it was helpful, like and subscribe. In the next video, we will see how to post your portfolio to a custom domain from Card. So thank you again and see you in the next video.